There you go. I told you it was packed, didn't I? All that just for you. First then, let's start the show with some brilliant and positive news, because Nottinghamshire Fire and Rescue Service has been rated as one of the best in the country. The service's most recent inspection report by the government watchdog, which reviewed several areas between 2022 and last year, found it is good in 10 out of 11 areas. It was judged as maintaining or improving in all areas at a time when many other services across the country are being criticised for falling standards. Well, joining me now to talk more about the report is Craig Parkin. He's the Chief Fire Officer for the service. Craig, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you for having us as well.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So just tell us about what you were rated in then.
It covers 11 key lines of inquiry areas in 3 categories, so efficiency, effectiveness and people. So it looks at how effective you are at serving your communities, so prevention, protection and response, what people would more like, customers to the blue light side of it. It looks at how you're using the public money, because at the end of the day this is public money, why I'm sat here today. And then it looks about how you treat your people and train your people to respond to the community. So we've got 10, as you say, out of 11 which are good, and they've narrowed the good category from last time. They've introduced the adequate category, so we've actually improved in all areas or maintained in the adequate area from where we were last time. So really pleasing, and one of the strongest so far in the country, so super proud for the city and county.
Yeah, as well you should be as well. Yeah. So how do you do it then? How do you maintain and then build on that level of service?
Well, it's not an overnight success. I mean, it's took quite some years. HMI has only been around for a few years. This is our 3rd inspection, so we learn from what HMI tell us. HMI only gather what we tell them, the evidence we provide them. One of the things is about starting to get your communities better, what are the needs of your communities and what are the demands, and also making sure you prepare your staff well, so the training, who you select and how you select them in that process as well. So knowing your communities, understanding the risk that we have in communities, and then applying your resources to meet that risk.
Okay, what sort of feedback do you get from communities? Because we know with policing, it's quite obvious in terms of crime and service in that level. The NHS, of course, we're always aware of what's going on with the NHS, but I guess with the fire service, what's the relationship there with the community and the feedback you get?
We're always looking for feedback, so we visit people's home through safe and well visits, and we can gather feedback from that. We're actually introducing we've actually launched, in fact, the Community Risk Management Plan, which is our public offer to communities about what we're going to do in the next 3 years. And there's a consultation process that communities can engage and give us feedback, either how they think we're doing now or what they think we should be doing in the future. And you can go online, visit our website and look at our social media feeds as well. And there is sort of written communication people can do. So we're looking for feedback for both of the future as well. I think from a fire perspective is we're not overly controversial for the most of the time. So feedback for us can be sometimes quite limited, and I'd certainly encourage people to get involved more.
Okay. Now, it's great news. You've got 10 out of 11, but we do have to touch on the 11th aspect. So,
absolutely.
So what must you try harder in, as they would say in school?
Well, there was a couple of things that HMI raised that we'd raised with them. So out of hours cover. So things like post-Grenfell, where fire protection out of hours. We do actually have out of hours provision, but in the sense about making that more robust, we've already got plans in place to make that more robust. So it's not that we don't have out of hours provision, it's that we're making that more robust, and that was already in our plans. We were already working on that. And there's a thing where we inspect buildings, a risk-based inspection programme, so the highest risk buildings. And they were sort of commenting about how we assure ourselves that we are actually visiting the highest risk premises. And we were actually just going through a change programme from a previous inspection programme to the one we've currently got. So I think they got it as a place where we're through a change programme as well, but we take on board what the HMI and the scrutiny they've done, and we'll look to improve. It's transparency for communities that we're interested in, and confidence that they have us in a public organisation.
What from a personal level then? Because you obviously, you're the big chief, you're the big boss. What part of this are you most proud of? The people. The people in the organisation. We've certainly, the journey we've been on in the last sort of 5-6 years, I was very clear when I became chief about carrying on some of that work, because I've been in this organisation 29 years. But the way the people have responded to the purpose about where we are, what we do, and where we're going, we've set an ambition to be outstanding by 2032. So we've got this 10-year ambition
in terms of our purpose, and the way that people have rallied around that and understood, not everybody at the same pace, people change at different paces, but I can clearly see across the organisation. And this actually getting these goods is a reward for all that hard work, because often people say, I'm working really hard, but for what benefit? Not just for their wages. So I'm most proud of the people in the organisation.
And I guess they're proud as well. Must mean a lot to
I
each
really hope
member.
so, and I believe so. Everybody I've spoke to so far have been saying no more than we deserve, a reward for all the hard work, all the usual things that you'd hear, but you know, more to come, I hope.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were saying before you came on, it's great to have some positive news.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here to share that.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.